I'm a professional mixed martial artist, a professional boxer. I've had professional Muay Thai fights, and I also compete in Jiu-Jitsu as well. MMA is my main focus, and I now get to compete internationally for MMA, and I fight for the Bellator promotion. So I'm contracted to an American promotion where I get to fight maybe 2-3 times a year, and that's sort of just my time is consumed by training and getting ready for those bouts. My mum's from New Zealand, so she's just an Anglo-Saxon Kiwi from New Zealand. She's lived her whole life in New Zealand, and my father is a Maori heritage, so but he's now deceased. So yeah, it's just me and my mum basically, and I've got no siblings or any kind of brothers or sisters. So it's kind of just me and mum, which is cool. I guess since Mum and I have sort of developed sort of a bit of repetition in the way we sort of lived our lives for especially for my childhood, it's probably just Christmas. Like Christmas, we just do. It's one of those things that we revolve the whole day around eating. Nothing sort of like culturally traditional, but in a general sense, it's just all about eating. Just like making sure that we've set up breakfast, lunch, dinner, and there's always like grazing in between, and there's pretty much just the food just flows all day for like 24 hours, and it's great. I would definitely say the warrior tradition in my culture. When New Zealand was colonised by James Cook and a lot of the white person in a sense. In comparison to other Indigenous cultures, I do find that Maoris were very strong in their battle, and therefore our culture and our tradition and our strength has really kind of resonated with me now. It's something that I'm super proud of. Again, it would just be our strength. Therefore, the most meaningful thing, I guess, to me that I get to luckily and gratefully kind of carry on is our genetics and our heart. And I think through a lot of our history, we've sort of proven that we are quite a tough culture and a tough race, and therefore that's probably the most meaningful thing to me, to be proud of that and kind of profess that in my fighting now. Sometimes it's not every day as much as I would like it to be, but I'm trying to be more mindful to just take a couple of seconds to sort of calm down and calm everything around me down and look internally to some sort of organisation, I guess, and some gratitude every day, just trying to make sure that that's something that I'm grateful for. I mean, I get to do the thing that I love pretty much every day. I train every day, and I get to do the sport and get to express myself in my sort of own way, and that's something that I really like to try do every single day. From my long line of trying a lot of different sports and being an only child and kind of growing up independently, that sort of inspired me to do an independent sport, and therefore only rely on myself, I guess. As much as I do love team sports and I think they're super beneficial, and MMA in a sense is definitely a team sport with all my training partners and coaches and whatnot, I do enjoy the aspect of being independent by myself when it comes to the performances, and that really resonates with me. We do. My mum has handed down to me, it's still in her possession at the moment just because she holds on to it with all my travelling, but we have like a large piece of greenstone. We otherwise like to call it pounamu, but it's like a decent sized piece of greenstone that I'll hand down to my children and them after that, and I'll just keep kind of passing it on because it's a large piece of our tradition. Like I said, greenstone, or otherwise known as pounamu, is something that we really treasure, and something you'll see a lot of Maori people wear necklaces in the shapes of kurus or something similar, like a windy piece. It sort of represents the spiritual side of our culture, and it's super valuable in that sense, but mainly in the fact that a lot of the time if you have a piece of pounamu and it's given to you or it's gifted to you, it has to be blessed, and therefore it must hold like some sort of value with the blessing and be a little bit more traditional. So yeah, it's very, very valuable. I think it massively influences my fighting style. I think a lot of the fights in the past that I've had have kind of been one of those hearty, gritty fights. So therefore I think the heart and grit does come from my culture and my tradition. I think a lot of people of the Maori culture are very strong-willed, and therefore that kind of translates now into my fighting style, and it gets me through a lot of things because I don't shy away from battle, and like the warriors that have come before me, we all sort of kind of face battle head on and make sure that we give it our all 100% and kind of go down on our sword if necessary. But yeah, it makes a big difference. But one of my biggest mottos is everybody eats. Just sort of in a general sense, when I succeed, everybody that has ever helped me and everybody that has kind of interpreted in my journey so far will always kind of reap the rewards of my success, whatever way that may be. And I've sort of one of those people that keeps a list of sort of everyone who's made a big difference, and then those minor people that have made small impacts in my journey always get noted down. And therefore once I do kind of succeed in a larger scale, I mean, I'm already on my way, but once I get a little bit further ahead in my career, then I'll always make sure that I give back to everybody, and everybody else will eat as well. So it's exciting.